Moon Podcast Escalation! Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan D. White.
My name is Chris Sims, and this is Sailor Business. It's the podcast where we sit down with a friend each and every week and watch an episode of the classic 1992 Sailor Moon anime and talk about why it is that we love it so much. And, folks, let me tell you, we're about to watch the wildest fucking episode of this show.
Oh, it's nutty, but it's not the wildest.
Jordan?
Yeah?
This episode is banana.
Like, just one banana?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all concentrated into a single banana.
I mean, is it crazier than someone standing out in the rain all night?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're about to watch the episode where, Sailor Moon dies.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
for a second. let's
Still, yeah, that's that. You're getting to the weird part, buddy.
all right. Let's do it the natural way.
We're going to be watching episode 149 of Sailor Moon Supers, which is called Mirrors of Dreams: The Amazon's Last Stage. And to help us out with that, we are proud to welcome to the show, technically welcome back to the show, because she wasn't a Chibi-sode.
Sure. Very
But
sure.
we are pleased to welcome friend of the show, Kel McDonald, to official Sailor Business for the first time. Kel, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
Quite good. Quite good.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. We're recording much, much later than we usually do, so I might fall asleep.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I have Dracula hours and live on the West Coast.
No, it's actually fine. Like, it is a normal time. This is actually when I record the podcast that I've been recording for 10 years. So you'd think I would be used to it. I just had a long day.
Aw.
All right.
So, Kel, since this is your first time on the actual core franchise, Sailor Business, the original, classic,
Original recipe.
extra crispy Sailor Business.
No, that's the Chibi-sode.
I get it's Nashville Hot. Is that Xena Warrior Biz? Xena Warrior Biz is like when there's a Taco Bell in the KFC.
Yeah, Xena Warrior Business is a double down.
Kel, what's your history with Sailor Moon?
So I would wake up at 6 a.m. to watch it when it ran on like basic TV, like local network stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how I watched the first 2 seasons when I was very, very little. And then it started to air S and Super S on Toonami when I was in middle school.
Whoa. So you were watching the first 2 seasons as a grade schooler.
Yes.
Age appropriate.
Yes.
Well
As
done.
Chibi Kel.
Chibi
Yes.
Kel.
Yes. I
Okay.
also remember one time I was grounded and could not watch TV and waking my mom up crying because I could not watch Sailor Moon.
We've all been there.
Oh.
So, what were your thoughts? I know that you are a big magical girl person.
Yes.
That's a weird way to put that. I guess big fan of magical girls is a better way to put it. I know that
Yes.
you're a large gestalt organism made of magical girls, Kel.
Wow.
Uh,
A megazord of girls.
yes.
So how much of that was rooted directly in Sailor Moon?
So I really liked Sailor Moon growing up, and then I really liked Buffy growing up, and I think it was because those are one of the few shows where the girls got to be the main characters that fought.
Yeah. So you're a big fighting fan.
And also, as
It's
we
like-
discussed, they are the same show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buffy just is a huge Sailor Moon ripoff.
Clearly.
I mean, homage. Let's be generous.
It is Sailor Moon is the Akira Kurosawa to Buffy's Star Wars.
Okay. Or
Oh.
is Sailor Moon Magnificent Seven? No, I guess Buffy would be the Magnificent Seven. Yeah, Buffy's the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, Seven Samurai
Yes,
would be the original.
I screwed that one
buddy.
up. I screwed that one up.
Yes, you sure did.
Oh, I was also Jordan. I don't know if you remember, but I was the one who sent you a very long explanation on why it is not a coincidence that Buffy's in the Hellmouth.
It's been a while, but I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I sent you like 20 tweets about it.
So, did you have the experience, Kel, of like really identifying with a particular Sailor Scout?
I really liked Jupiter when I was very little. Like, I wanted to be Jupiter when I grew up.
Did it happen? How tall are you?
I am the same height as Jupiter. I cannot cook for shit, though. So that did not happen.
My mind is blown by this. I mean, again, speaking of coincidences, this coincidence that pretty much across the board, when we say, who's your favorite Scout? Somebody says Jupiter, they're the same height as her.
Okay, here's the thing, though, is Jupiter is the average height for white women.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Which is tall for Asian women.
Right. Okay.
I think the average height for white men is 5'10", which is, I think, the same height as Uranus. So
all right.
Uranus is super tall.
I'm as tall as Sailor Uranus.
Oh, I'm slightly below average then. Wow.
A handsome boy, Chris.
Uranus might be 5'8". I might be mixing it up, but
I'm 5'9". Wah, wah.
I'm almost 5'11".
Oh
Almost.
my goodness. Is that when you spike your hair? Or?
Yeah, that's why I had a mohawk for so long.
Then in middle school, I liked Sailor Saturn because she could blow up the world.
Sure.
And that was really the extent of it.
Yeah, nothing you have ever said to me has made more sense than that, given what I know about you. Kel.
And then when I got older and back into Sailor Moon as an adult, I was like, I think I'm back on the Jupiter train. But I also really like Sailor Uranus.
So did you have that group of friends as a kid who were all into Sailor Moon, or was this a lone passion for you?
This is all of my passions as a child were lone passions.
Aww.
Yeah, been there, buddy. Been there.
None of my friends watched Buffy either. It was a tragedy.
Wow. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Waltham, Massachusetts, which is right outside of Boston.
That seems like the kind of place where people would watch Buffy.
Well, Salem's right there.
So which do you like better? If you had to pick, which would you prefer? Buffy or Sailor Moon?
And we will not tell any of your editors.
I'm gonna go with Buffy.
Wow.
All right, well, this
okay.
has been fun.
You're kicking me off the show.
Unbelievable. How dare you? Just after her 40th birthday, how dare you betray Usagi like this?
I did put a Sailor Moon cameo in one of the Buffy stories I wrote.
Oh, what's the cameo?
It was the free comic book day Buffy high school years thing. It was Xander takes Buffy to a comic shop and a little girl's buying Sailor Moon.
Terrific.
And that little girl was Kel McDonald.
That little girl's name was Reenie, and like 3 people tweeted at me about it instead of like the 20 people I was expecting to tweet me about it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, again, I find Sailor Moon was just waiting for this rebirth. It was just under the surface of everyone's mind, waiting for someone to scratch it and unleash all the magical girl energy. I feel like as soon as this resurgence began...
You are off on some Nephrite shit right now, by the way.
Yes, Sailor Moon is reaching peak energy. We will harvest it. The movement of the stars rules everything. That's the only time I'll ever say that, because it's obviously not true.
God. So, Kel, did you ever have a period where you drifted away from Sailor Moon and then came back to it and kind of rediscovered it, or was it always there?
So in college, I kind of drifted away because I was reading other comics for the first time.
Yep.
And then
Makes
when
sense.
did you come back?
When it was like they were announcing that Crystal was getting made, and that made me like, and then they released, Kodansha released the retranslations. So that got me into like reinvigorated interest in it. I think it fell away because there just wasn't legal Sailor Moon shit that I could get.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have had that same experience. Like I was kind of the same way, where I always really liked Sailor Moon and remembered really liking Sailor Moon, but you just couldn't get it anywhere. Like it wasn't being shown on TV. It wasn't it existed on Jordan's iPod and nowhere else.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, again, and it's sad that it was gone, but I'm super glad it's back. And a lot of that had to do with translation stuff, because they didn't have the rights to the old translations anymore, and I don't know that they'd want to put them out even if they did. Oh well.
But at the same time, if it hadn't been such a big deal when it came back with Crystal, we wouldn't be here probably doing this show.
Yeah, and when it came back, like they announced that Crystal was getting made, that's when I made my comic Misfits of Avalon, which is about magical girls that are jerks.
And that inspired you to do it? Sailor Moon coming back? That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrific.
So, Kel, what do you think of the Miracle Romance?
The actual Miracle Romance that's canon, or your ship?
I feel like you said it in a very dismissive way. First of all.
Oh, that was adorably wonderful. I'm so happy you did that. Thank you so much.
Second of all, we'll start with Naoko Takeuchi's ship and get to mine.
Oh.
So I didn't mind it in the anime because since I was so little watching the first 2 seasons where Mamoru's a jerk, I didn't really remember him being such a jerk by the time I watched it the later seasons in middle school. Because what we're watching now with Super S and what you guys were just watching now with S, like, Mama's just kind of there for those.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could take or leave him.
He's lost, honestly, without him being a jerk, he lost a lot of personality.
They didn't replace it with anything.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, and I like him more in the manga. So I was kind of like, on average, more pro rather than for or against anything.
Okay.
All right. And what do you think of all of my preponderance of evidence?
I strongly disagree because Mercury's one true love is math, and you never convinced me otherwise.
Look, that's the only acceptable disagreement for Cookbook.
Mercury's one true love is math. I don't.
And any feelings on Chibiusa?
So again, like, I didn't really remember the first 2 seasons that well. And I also watched them when I was the same age as Chibiusa, so I didn't think she was that annoying.
Huh.
And then her and Saturn's friendship I really liked. So I came out more net positive on Chibiusa.
When you were watching season 4 for the first time, were you also in love with a horse?
No.
Okay, good. That's very important to know.
I thought you were going to ask like a real question, which is, did being the same age as Chibiusa, like, did you wind up identifying more with her?
Well, I told you Saturn was my favorite. So.
Right. Well, I guess that kind of tracks. She's young.
Yeah, Saturn is only like a few years older than Chibiusa, so.
Now, okay, let me ask you this. So when you're watching season 3 for the first time, I assume, as a young person, I assume you weren't reading into their relationship anything, the way that a lot of people do. Is that accurate?
I had the internet.
Oh, so you were.
So I knew all about that.
Interesting. All right, good to know.
And it was also, since I was the right age, I was like, oh, that's cute, and didn't really make the connection adults were making that content,
right.
And that's gross.
Yep, that's all very sensible.
I actually find it really frustrating, of all the things that are very, very frustrating in Sailor Moon Super S, which is all of it. I find it really frustrating that they always put all of this work into these characters that go away. And with the villains, fine, the villains go away at the end of the season. But like, there's 4 Sailor Scouts out there.
They're coming back, Chris.
Wow.
I know that, but it's been a long time since we've seen them.
And that's also partly why I like the manga better, because they while they do go away, they don't go away for that long. Only like a few chapters, and then they come back.
Because everything is so fast in the manga.
Yeah. But they also come in at the end of the Fighting the Dead Moon Circus.
How many chapters of the manga are the Amazon trio in?
Only one. They like are introduced and immediately killed.
Wow. Wow.
When we finally sit down and do manga business, I think it is going to be, we're going to have to keep a timed body count of
Yeah,
how
it's
many of these
like
characters show up and then are murdered.
they're the expendable monster of the week, not like the lemur or whatever they're called.
The episode we're watching
Lemurs.
today is their 22nd episode, I think. Is that accurate?
Yep.
Yeah. 22 episodes of them. That's longer than many American television seasons.
Yes.
And they're in one chapter of the manga.
Yep.
So are we ready to get into it then?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our episode. You can always tell when I'm in a different tab because it takes me a while to get back to it to cue up the music.
Wah, wah.
So I speak with a lot of pauses. This week, we are going to be watching episode 149 of Sailor Moon Supers, which is called Mirror of Dreams, the Amazon's Last Stage. And it was written by Yoji Enokido, directed by Hiroki Shibata, and the animation director was Katsumi Tamagai. And it originally aired on October 21st, 1995. Ooh, it's almost Halloween.
Chris, did you look?
Did I look to see what the title was? No. Was it It's Almost Halloween?
No, of course not. It's just you don't
right.
usually read all that stuff before you guess. That's why I was.
Yeah, well, it's actually, it lined up perfectly so that the English dub episode section of Wikimoon is right at the bottom of my screen.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what I'm guessing is that when H. Reginald Cloverway went down into the translation office and he saw that title, he was like, no, too wordy.
Yes, you are correct. It was too wordy. They were like, let's get it down to 2 words. Obviously, one of those 2 words has to be
Has to be what?
the word that is said most in the episode.
Mirror?
Oh, come on. No.
Is it not mirror? Because they say mirror a whole fucking lot.
But there's another word they say is slightly more.
What? I don't, like, I was going to say if it's 2 words, it's probably like, fuck off, guys. Like,
That's way more than 2 words.
I guess
Okay.
well, 1 more is not way more than 2.
All right. What is Sailor Moon full of?
Dreams.
There you go.
Okay.
That's the second word. What if they were going to last forever?
Like eternal dreams?
Yep.
That's a bad name for this episode.
Sure it is.
Like, here's the thing. It's almost a good name for this episode.
Is it?
Like, it sounds like a Sailor Moon episode, right?
Oh, sure.
Sailor Moon, episode 149, Eternal Dreams. Makes perfect sense. It's a bad name for this episode.
Yeah, it's not a good name for an episode. It could have been way more specific, but what are you going to do? So
Do
let's
you know
talk
when
about
this
this.
aired in America?
I do, because I'm looking at it right now. It was almost Halloween, if that's what you're wondering.
Yeah. It aired on October 25th, 2000. It's almost Halloween.
Not until 2000. Wow, that was pretty 5 years later.
5 years later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was a child when the first 2 I saw, and then I was in middle school with these 2 seasons.
Which by the way, I don't even. I was in my 3rd year of college at that point, so I'm an old man. Good time.
Let's see. October of 2000, I had graduated high school, so I was wearing a lot of like the all over print club shirts with like Superman and Spider-Man on them. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, wait, no, actually I was in my 4th year of college and less than a year away from being married.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
So yeah, it's almost Halloween here in the year 2000.
almost Halloween.
It's
I sent you
almost
guys
Halloween.
a link to just the place where my stream of this was paused, and for some reason the Amazon Trio's faces are so ugly. Like the art is awful on their faces right there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. The tiger's eyes looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to crop that out and put that up on Twitter for our listeners.
Okay, it's awful. Sure.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the wildest episode of Sailor Moon of all time. I'm calling it.
So. If you say
It's-
so.
This one, how can you?
That's-
What is weirder than this?
That's why I picked this episode, Chris.
Yeah. This episode is here's the weirdest part of it. It makes sense.
Oh.
It, by the internal logic that has been set up on the television show Sailor Moon Supers, everything that happens in this episode makes sense.
Like in some
That
ways,
is one of the things that is so weird about
in
it.
some ways, I feel like the next episode is weirder, but that's fine. Let's get into this.
Don't get me wrong. The next episode is very weird, but it's like they had a switch, right? At Toei.
Mhm.
And somebody walked in and they're like, oh, it's been stuck on bad this whole time, but the only other setting is weird. It's 100% one or the other.
All right, let's do this. So it starts exactly where last episode ended, with Fisheye out in the rain, being sad, and Sailor Moon coming up and saying, "You, how can you be my rival in love if you're sitting there all bummed out?"
Just friending at her so hard.
Yeah, using her friend superpower, which is her true power.
But there's also a creepy eye there, taking pictures.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Creepy Eye is spying.
Zircon. Yeah, Zircon flaps away. I don't know why the rain doesn't put out his eyeball fire. And again, I called him a he. Sorry.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because he's
Very
creeping around
weird.
taking pictures of ladies. Well, actually, that's only one lady. So, God, I'm screwing up everything here. Sorry.
Well, in the old
Yes.
dub, it's a dude.
Yeah,
In the old
I
dub,
do
it's
think I
a
just
lady.
called
You mean?
Fisheye.
No, like in the old dub, Zarconia is a dude.
Oh, Zirconia is a dude. Yes, in the old dub, yes, Madam Zirconia is, I guess, Mr.
Is-
Zirconia. I don't know. They don't call
Yeah.
him that.
Usagi brings Fisheye home.
Which is so weird already.
It's super weird. Again, this makes sense. Usagi she is nothing if not a friend.
Right. But the only experience she has had with this, what she thinks is a woman, is that this woman tried to steal her boyfriend very aggressively and then was sad.
And also was like, your figure's terrible.
Oh, yeah. Insulted
Like,
her
was
to her
insulting.
face.
Yeah,
So Usagi makes her some
but
tea.
now Usagi can see that she is sad in the rain and therefore needs help and a friend.
She's right. She does. Except then what happens is Fisheye mentions Mamoru and Usagi starts freaking out. Wait, what? What? You saw Mamoru again? What is going on? What was the context? Where was it? What was?
Please tell me what is going on. I need all the details. Also, stop making passes at him.
Yes. She freaks out at Fisheye.
You are glossing over the weirder part of that,
Please.
which is that Fisheye just casually drops. So I hear you got a lot of dreams.
Okay.
Which again makes perfect sense in the context of the show, but is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I also really like when Usagi is asking her a bunch of questions and Fisheye is just not saying anything, and Usagi goes, "What's with all this awkward silence?"
Yeah, that's pretty great. I need us to discuss this because you will remember, faithful listeners will remember last season when they were looking into pure hearts. We had a lot of discussions over what that meant. What is this heart? Is it a metaphoric heart? Is it their actual hearts turned into what makes them pure? Are they pure as in what? As in unfilthy? Are they pure as in just that's all they're made of is heart? I
That word that we all know, unfilthy.
unfilthy, yes. Yes, okay, whatever. Unfilthy. I have a similar question about dreams because for most of this season, we have been talking about dreams, and I have pretty much thought they were talking about dreams like, good night, everybody. I'm going to bed. Hey, I had a dream about Pegasus.
No, it's like ambitions and stuff.
Right. But that doesn't make sense either. Like, none of this makes a ton of sense. So, on one level, it makes more sense that you would envy someone who has a lot of aspirations, not someone who has a lot of dreams at night. But I don't think Usagi has a lot of aspirations.
No, her aspiration is very focused, and it is to marry Mamoru.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, which is...
That's an aspiration.
But that's it. That's it. The one. She's not full of dreams. She has one dream.
But her mom was like, I just want my kids to get married in pretty wedding dresses. Like,
That's true.
and that was like the second episode.
That is true. You're right.
Okay, Jordan, you're thinking that this is, you're full of dreams like you have a lot of them. Usagi's full of dreams in that she
She's
has one
full of
dream
one
that's very
dream that-
big.
It
Yeah.
fills her up.
Yeah, it fills her up. And also, we know she will achieve that dream.
Yes. Yes.
It is her moon destiny.
So, okay, now let's hold on a second. Let's talk about this again. If Pegasus is hiding in people's nighttime dreams, I understand that. If Pegasus is hiding in people's aspirations, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, no, because he has to be in that dream even when they're not asleep. So if he could only be in someone's nighttime dream, then he has to basically not be in Chibiusa's dreams when she's awake.
I do want to take a moment real quick just to point out that, Jordan, you literally just said, I understand that if Pegasus is hiding in the nighttime dreams.
because okay.
Which is a bonkers sentence.
It's because I've read a lot of Sandman. So I think of that as being like, yeah, he's in the realm of dreams. It's fine. He's hanging out with
I think you have figured out
Anime.
now how Sailor Moon Supers could be worse. Is if instead of Pegasus, it was Morpheus the Dream King.
But hang on. But okay, so now if Pegasus is living inside of her aspirations, then he's incepting her. He's making her love him by being in her aspirations.
I don't know if I should spoil shit for you guys or not.
Oh, probably not then. I look forward to finding out.
None of it makes sense.
It's just now we know that Inception is a ripoff of Sailor Moon 2. That's fine.
Yeah, Buffy, Inception, all of these things just stolen from the master, Naoko Takeuchi.
Who got it all done in one episode.
Yeah,
One
who knocked it out, did not have time for this nonsense.
All right. So the dreams are definitely aspirations. I have more questions about dreams, but I think we can wait until later, a little bit later, when they talk about it a little bit more. So
Yeah. So
wait, but hold on. I'm sorry. Nope. Hold on. Sorry. But we know that Fisheye has an aspiration. All three of them do. It is to be human.
But the thing is they clearly
also true.
don't, because they just hang out in a bar and do nothing until they're yelled at.
They have two aspirations: to be human and to get some.
listen.
But they didn't have that to be human aspiration until 5 seconds ago.
That's accurate. But
Kel.
they really wanted to get some.
Kel, you and I
Yeah.
are freelancers.
Yes.
Jordan, you're an editor who works
Correct.
primarily with freelancers.
Accurate.
You know that it's perfectly possible to just hang out all day until you're yelled at and before you do any work and still have aspirations.
Yes, very much so.
Chris, I'm very productive.
No, Kel, you are very productive.
I frequently don't have anyone yelling at me because I mostly self-publish.
But you've met other freelancers though.
Yes.
You have, for instance, met me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I organize an anthology called Cautionary Fables and Fairy Tales. So I have herded those cats. That's what editing is like, Chris, herding cats.
So one of the things that Usagi says while she's talking to Fisheye is that Mamoru is the most handsome man in the world.
Yep.
And that's the giveaway. Her word choice hath betrayed her.
Well, it's not just that he's the most handsome
I
man.
feel like it's also her tone of voice,
Yeah.
the way she says it.
And even the what she says about that, because she says stuff about like you might
I admire your taste or appreciate your taste.
right. Whereas when she was Sailor Moon, she said something similar, except like I don't appreciate your taste or something like that. In fact, when she was saying it, I remember thinking, didn't she say that exact same thing before? And then they showed me the flashback. So yeah, basically.
Yeah, it was just in there for you.
Thank you. I thanked the episode, and it said you're welcome.
Did it say you're welcome?
Yes.
If it's talking back, that might be a
Also,
problem.
Usagi gets really mad because Fisheye is being very she calls him Mamo all the time. And Usagi's like,
oh, you're being familiar
yes.
with my boyfriend. Stop it.
Yes. You're calling him Mamo. Can you cut that out?
Because not only that, but Japanese has different
Uh-huh.
like pronouns and stuff for when you're referring to like a friend or a superior or a casual acquaintance, and that can sometimes make it hard to translate.
So Fisheye starts kind of poking around the Esquino household because we actually do. I was wrong. I previously said that another episode was the last appearance of Usagi's parents, but we do get a brief appearance from Mikuko here.
Audio appearance, right?
Audio appearance. Well, do we see her? I thought we saw her
Remembers
very briefly. Maybe it was the last on-screen appearance. Yeah.
Yeah, she calls Usagi away to do a chore.
Yes. So Fisheye, who now suspects that Usagi is Sailor Moon, is going to look for evidence. And what she sees...
Or no, she just sees Chibi Usa, and I feel like it's not so much she was looking for evidence, but more she was going, oh, there's a tiny pink-haired child, and Sailor Moon also hangs out with a tiny pink-haired child. I wonder if this pink-haired child is Chibi Moon.
I keep calling Fisheye she.
Yeah,
I apologize
It's
for that.
I forget which pronoun I used.
the point is, Chibi Usa is walking around her house going, Pegasus, hey, Pegasus, let's chat.
Hey, what's up, Pegasus? Hey, Pegasus, who lives in my beautiful dreams. How's it going?
Chibi's lucky Ikoku doesn't walk in on this every night.
Yeah.
I thought that she was still brainwashing Akuko, so
Probably.
maybe that's why she don't care.
I don't know why Usagi didn't use the brainwashing tea on Fisheye, but there you are.
Well, Usagi doesn't know that's Fisheye, though.
Good point.
Yeah. And Fisheye is so shocked that he begins turning back into a fish. But more like turning back into a gill man.
No, but not even really. It's just that's another flashback. This is another memory of, hey, the only way to stay human.
We do get a Kuko on screen.
We do.
Very briefly.
Oh yeah, there you go. So just another flashback of, hey, the only way you could stay human is if you get the gold crystal out of Pegasus' head, which made me write down, oh, so Pegasus is less like a unicorn and more like a soldier with a big hunk of shrapnel stuck in his head.
That is why they're calling Pegasus.
No, it's like harvesting ivory.
Well, you're saying it's like harvesting ivory, except it's a crystal.
Yeah, it's a magic flying dream horse, Jordan.
No, I don't know. I don't buy it.
A crystal horn.
I don't buy it. I don't know. It sounds like it got a big hunk of crystal embedded in his head.
I can't wait till you guys find out Pegasus's backstory.
That's gonna be fun.
I am absolutely not looking forward to it.
A landmine went off, blew up a crystal, stuck it in this horse's head, and it changed his personality.
Caught in the heart of a gamma bomb explosion.
All right.
Also, Fisheye, he's not turning back into a fish.
Right.
His hands always look like that whenever you see him in the bar.
Right.
Okay, so it's just that he's disguised when he's out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought they were becoming more fishy because they get more webbed than we see them. But
We usually don't see his hands up that close.
Yeah, we don't usually focus on them, but they're always green and scaly and gross.
at this point, Fisheye knows who Sailor Moon is, knows where Pegasus is. Is like, hey, I've been to the house. I know they're about to go to bed. Let's get this done. But no.
No, yes, gets it done. It's done.
Yeah, the end, I guess.
No, it's not the end, but Fisheye gets it done. Fisheye, right then and there, kidnaps Chibiusa.
Well, but there's another conversation, though, that Fisheye has.
Yes, except Chibiusa gets kidnapped immediately, because the next thing you see is Usagi coming home.
Yeah, no. Chibiusa is kidnapped immediately, and the only reason why the rest of the bad guys do not realize that is because they do not answer Fisheye's question.
Right.
Fisheye is smart enough in negotiation to be like, if we give this to you, do we actually get the thing that we want?
Right. What we will learn later is that Chibiusa has been put into a rock and stuck into a pocket dimension. Because the next thing we actually see is...
just casually mention that.
Yeah, it's
Can
fine.
I be real with you?
You may.
Can I be 100% right now?
Of course, yeah.
I watched this episode twice, and I am so fuzzy on the details because it is so bonkers.
Yeah, Usagi comes home, and Usagi's mom, as you said, in her one scene, gets to go, isn't Chibi with you? And Usagi's like, no, I left her here. Where is she? And they don't know. Chibi is already missing as of this moment.
Right. So we cut back to the Dead Moon Circus, and that's where Fisheye is like, hey, as Kel said, hey, do we actually get this thing? Because even if we look human, which we mostly do, I have fish hands and elf ears, but mostly human, we don't have dreams. And as we all know, dreams are what make you human.
Okay.
And if you remember when he tried to pull a dream mirror out of Tiger's Eye, it didn't happen.
That is one of my favorite scenes, by the way.
Amazing.
Where last episode where Fisheye does the 1, 2, 3 to Tiger's Eye and then just leaves him.
Wonderful. So good.
Do you know what was very frustrating for me about watching the next episode?
What?
The 1, 2, 3 is completely unnecessary. Also, sticking your head in someone's dream mirror is also completely unnecessary.
Yes.
Right.
No, I know. But hold on. We'll get to that. So this is the next part about the dream conversation. Now, I mean, I guess the answer is Fisheye is just wrong. But what he says is, hey, but can we really be considered human? Because all humans have beautiful dreams. And I'm like, hold on. No, they don't.
No, it's all humans have dreams.
That's
not necessarily beautiful ones.
Even I don't think that's what he says.
If we don't have beautiful dreams, we'd be human in appearance only.
Right. That is literally what he says. So that's why I was like, since when do all humans have beautiful dreams? And then that also made me think, what makes a dream beautiful? Like, are we judging qualities of dreams? Like,
listen, if you don't have beautiful dreams, then you're just a huskless shell walking around, going through the motions of life.
Yeah, we would call that like a Jordan. Like, you're a Jordan.
You fucking. By the way,
if you don't have beautiful dreams,
you know that you're a fucking piece of shit. So, again, if we're I guess if we're judging the quality of the dreams, then we could say, yeah, they were dreaming of banging ladies, and that's why those were not beautiful enough dreams.
You know what would be great is if I didn't have to hear the phrase banging ladies on this show.
Well, I got good news for you. We're almost done with the Amazon trio.
Fisheye goes, hey, are we gonna actually be human, or are you just gonna lock us in these human-ish forms that we're currently in? Please answer me, Madame Zirconia. Madame Zirconia's answer is, fuck you, that's my answer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly a direct quote.
Yeah, Madame Zirconia, does,
gives a
Darth
heart attack.
Vader shit.
Yeah.
On Fisheye's heart.
Yep.
And then it's just like, yeah, how'd you like that? That's what happens when you fucking ask me questions.
Also, very out of character, Tiger's Eye is like, please stop, Madame Zirconia. This is the first time you have been seen to give a shit, guys.
I feel like Tiger's Eye shit got real for him when he realized he is a literal tiger.
Yeah, this is where Madame Zirconia calls them lowly wild beasts.
It's like, I gotta get my shit together.
Then Zircon does his little hologram projection of Fisheye meeting Usagi, and Madame Zirconia just makes a stupid assumption that is 100% wrong. Oh, looks like that's the one who has Pegasus.
Well, it's not. It's wrong, but I think saying it's 100% wrong. She got that it was Usagi.
No, Chris, let me just tell you: either you got a horse in you or you don't. It's an either or prospect.
Oh boy. Okay. You know what? Fair, I guess. Then we see the magical orb that changed you into a human form.
This is pretty weird. Okay, to be fair,
What?
this is pretty weird.
Yeah, no, this is where things are just
super
off.
creepy kids talking about it, or silently giggling in silhouette.
It's like a giant fish egg caviar.
It's a germatoid.
Okay.
This is from last season.
Yeah. And Zirconia's like, yeah, this turned you into humans, and it can grant you one more wish. What?
Yeah, this at this point, it is playing pretend with a child. This show is pretend with a 5-year-old, because it's like, yeah, well, I actually have this magic orb, and it granted wishes previously, but it can only now grant one more wish.
Unless you get the horn, then
Unless
it can
you
do
get the crystal horn,
pretty
from
much
this
anything.
Pegasus, which can also grant wishes, but you won't have beautiful dreams.
This is why it was great to watch when it was age appropriate for the target audience.
We're bad people for watching this, Chris.
I mean, you're a bad person, and you're watching this.
Gotcha.
Unrelated.
So she gives Hawkeye, the giant caviar, and he jumps into the world and then says, okay, Tiger's Eye, you take care of Fish Eye. Fish Eye's like, yeah. Oh, by the way, whee, I'm out of here. Kicks his ass, backflips out, and then he backflips out as well. I don't know, or he frontward flips out. I don't know how he knows where she went. How he knows where he went.
Just use the names. How Tiger's Eye knows where Fish Eye went.
Yes. I don't know the answer to that, but there you are. Then you get, as Kel was saying, the cackling girls.
Yes. Just
Cackling
being
shadows.
creepy in silhouette.
If I was working for an evil mastermind,
Yeah.
more than I currently do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for calling me a mastermind. That's pretty nice of you, Isaac.
And I would get real worried if I saw someone who looked kind of like me in silhouette. So I'd be like, uh-oh, getting towards the end of my arc.
Yep.
Maybe that's why Tiger's Eye has a sudden change of heart.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't look that much alike. They're just flamboyantly dressed.
I mean, to be like, the Witches, we also saw this with the Witches 5, where we saw the Witches 5 in silhouette before we actually got rid of, I think it was even Kaolinite.
Yep.
Before we got rid of her, we saw, Eugil in silhouette.
I think you're right. So so then what happens is that silhouette, one of them, they all hold out colorful balls, and one of them casually drops it on the ground, and it rolls into a party hat.
Yeah, and at this point, if you're me watching this today for the first time, you're like, okay, gonna be a party hat monster. Just probably a totally normal, non-terrifying, non-murderous party hat monster. Got it. Cool.
That's adorable.
Yeah, man. Wild.
And that brings us
You can say it.
to the act break.
How you doing, Jordan?
I'm all right. I'm tired and hot.
I'm tired too. Kel?
It's so fucking hot. It's like 95 degrees here.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
That
You know
sounds
what I would
awful.
like to do?
What's that?
I would like to make a fan that I could cool myself off with a little bit, maybe wake up a little bit, but only out of crisp $100 bills.
See, I thought you were talking about you'd want a fan, like a fan of our show, who would go to patreon.com/sailorbusiness and support us.
Yeah, that too. You know what? Yours is probably better and makes me sound like less of an asshole. But maybe we should have gone with that. Jordan,
What?
how can people support this show?
Well, they can go to patreon.com/sailorbusiness and they can become a patron of the show, which means they give it financial support. For as little as $1 a month, they can make us happy in our lives. Also, they can get things like audio clips that are cut out of this show, like the stuff we talked about Buffy earlier this episode. You won't know what it is unless you're a patron at the $5 level. And what else? We actually have made progress on our
That's the big
pins.
announcement we have this week, everybody. We have settled on the pins.
Mhm.
We're going to have 2 new pin designs.
That's
We're
right.
going to have a new Sailor Business pin in addition to the Tennis Ball Sailor Moon, and we're going to have a Xena pin if you're a fan of Xena Business. And what we're going to do, you don't need to worry about it just yet. We are still working on getting the designs finalized and getting the pins produced and everything. But when that month comes, we'll give everybody plenty of notice. And if you're at the $15 level when the month flips over, then we will it's new pin time for everybody. You'll just have to tell us which pin you want. There'll be 3 options, and presumably if you are already a $15 backer, you already have Tennis Ball Sailor Moon. That one will continue to be available. I think we've still got plenty from our initial print run of that, but if we run out, we can get more made. We're pretty excited. Do we want to talk about what the new pin designs are, because we've settled on them?
Do we want to say that's a good question? I think we've definitely already talked about all of the ideas that we are doing. So
Yeah, we might as well say it now. We kept Tennis Ball Sailor Moon a pretty big secret.
Yeah,
and I feel good about that. We'll be having, by the way, that first Tennis Ball Sailor Moon pin was designed by Katie Donnelly, a friend of the show. She is going to be doing our new design for Sailor Business, which is an Act Sorry pin.
Yay! I'm so
featuring
excited.
Luna acting sorry.
Can I see?
That one has not yet been drawn.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the designing process of that, but it's going to be great. Katie is great. That pin's going to be great.
But what is drawn is the Xena Warrior Business pin. Chris.
Well, we'll talk about that on Xena Warrior Biz. How about that? We'll reveal that one
on
our next episode.
Why
that
don't
we're
you
recording this week?
But Chris, why don't
I
you
still want to see
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was
Chris.
going to say. Can you show it to Kel so Kel can do a reaction without telling anyone what it is? Get the reaction live.
Okay. Now I am showing the pin to Kel.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
You'll just want to wear it in public, won't you?
Yep.
Delightful.
If you are already a $15 backer and you have not gotten your Tennis Ball Sailor Moon pin in, please email sailorbusinesspodcast@gmail.com so I can find out. I know I have a couple that I need to send. I have a couple that are in the wind, but I just want to make sure that nobody gets left out before this new set of pins and the new rules happen. So please email us so I can get you your pins for Tennis Ball Sailor Moon.
All right. So you're going to want to get in on this pin action for sure. They are super cool.
Yeah. And like I said, we've got plenty of time before that is actually going to be going into effect. So if you have any questions, if you have suggestions or any concerns, you can always hit us up through Patreon at patreon.com/sailorbusiness, or you can email us at sailorbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We should thank our newest patron.
Of course.
We have a couple of people to thank. CJ.
Thank you very much, CJ. We appreciate your patronage.
And Tim.
Tim, thank you for helping us out, man.
Thank you to CJ and Tim for being this week's newest backers. And thank you to all of our backers who really help us keep doing the show. And we appreciate you and are glad that you appreciate us.
Yay.
Jordan, do you want to do like one Twitter question?
Just one?
Just one.
Well, here's a great question.
Okay.
From test subject Luke. If all the Sailor Scouts were horses and Pegasus was a human with wings and a horn, would it make things more or less creepy?
Super creepy. Listen, then he's just a dude going around trying to fuck horses.
Whereas a horse trying to fuck a person, like at least they're aspiring to something.
I think it's like equally weird. And like the thing is, it's not until you put it in those terms that you really have to confront how weird this season is. Because I think it's equally as weird.
Yeah, it's true. Is that the only one you want to do, or you want me to find another?
That's it. Nope, I
That's
said
it.
one, and you picked one.
Said one?
That's
I
the
did.
one you picked.
No, please do more.
Okay, one more.
Please do more. Okay. Which Sailor Senshi would make the best stand-up comedy special? Did I already do that one?
Venus.
Venus.
You think so? You think she could pull off jokes? She can't even say sayings right.
That's why she'd be funny.
So we would be laughing at her for her entire comedy special?
Yeah.
Oh, that's harsh. That's terrible. I mean, I feel like, well, I was gonna say that Neptune is good at every artistic endeavor, but I cannot imagine her doing stand-up.
Nope.
I mean, Ray would certainly say she was good at it.
It's got to be Minako.
Yeah,
Alright.
like it's kind of because there isn't really any other options that it has to be Minako.
I don't know. Maybe Ami.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like Ami could look to the heart of the cards on that
Oh.
one.
Wait, is she gonna get the math of comedy?
Yeah, she's gonna see the patterns.
Or she would do like something super duper dry that maybe not everyone will get, but if you do get it, it's hilarious.
I think here's the answer. It's Usagi, because she's the queen of the universe, and she's like, guys, I'm gonna do a comedy special, and it's gonna be funny, and everybody's like, oh, we gotta laugh, I guess. She's the queen of everything.
That's not. But Jordan, we need to have a conversation about what
Is
the
that
word
how
best
Usagi
means.
The most successful, right? Financially, best profitable.
I can tell you about how Usagi would be the best werewolf.
Wait, what?
All right, I
'Cause of
guess
the
we're
moon?
doing this now.
Because it's based on MTV's Teen Wolf.
Okay.
The power of friendship makes you a better werewolf, basically.
What makes a werewolf better?
Okay, in Teen Wolf, they never say it, but what they do say is if a werewolf has a pack, they're stronger. And then later on they say, but having a pack just means having friends. So literally the power of friendship makes you a better werewolf.
That is pretty unassailable logic.
I agreed. I just don't understand what is a better werewolf versus a worse werewolf.
Just better werewolf.
Well, watch Teen Wolf and find out.
I mean, I guess in most werewolf stories that I like and am super familiar with, the best werewolf is the one who like gets themselves killed because it's a terrible, tragic story about how awful it is and they hate it.
Your understanding of stories is so weird.
No, that's not a misunderstanding. That means I like horror movies, not movies about how awesome it is to be a werewolf. Like
It's
we're talking about the difference between like Twilight and American Werewolf in London, which I guess you would never watch.
Listen, I can tell you all about werewolves, but that is an hour-long extra thing.
playing. It's playing, everybody. The eye catch is playing. So we're back, everybody, and it's time for a Sailor Scout meeting.
Yeah, but it's not held at the temple, Chris.
Well,
It's
no.
not even really a Sailor Scout meeting, it's just a look for Chibi meeting, but not really.
Yeah, this is this. As we have often said, there are situations in which the Senshi are the ones you want to call monsters, people ripping out hearts, dudes turning into glitter and ascending to heaven. You want Sailor Moon there for that. This is more of like a regular police situation when you have a missing child.
Well, I mean, spoiler: the child's in a pocket dimension. The police aren't going to do
Yeah,
shit.
no, it does turn out to be a Sailor Moon situation.
It's really funny, though, that Usagi is like, hey guys, we gotta look for Chibi. Actually, we're looking for this rando girl that you guys don't know,
Well, they're looking
but
for
I
both.
brought to my house. But really, they're looking for the girl because Usagi definitely is like, oh, she probably went to play somewhere.
They're looking for both, though.
Yeah, well, Usagi never really makes the connection. Hey, this stranger that I let into my house right before my future daughter disappeared. I wonder if those are related. Probably not.
Oh, poor Usagi, never understanding. Yeah, she takes the scouts. She has the scouts meet her at the place where she met Fisheye on the bench, and so the girls are all going, so does Chibi come to this bench in an alleyway a lot? And she's like, no, she's never been here before. What are you talking about? And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Usagi? Why are we here?
Okay, so then they all split up and go looking, and Hawkeye shows up, and without looking, don't
But
look.
I feel like we should talk about their outfits.
Oh.
Because there aren't any fashion corner opportunities in this whole episode.
Okay, then let's do a quick fashion corner. Kel, what do you got for us?
I really like Jupiter's outfit.
Jupiter's
I like
outfit
the,
is stellar.
Really?
Yeah.
The turtleneck I like. The pink pants like up to past her navel are a little much.
The high-waisted pink pants?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're very
That's
good.
like a 90s thing.
It's very 90s, and I think it's a bad 90s thing is the thing.
They're like high-waisted capris too.
Yeah.
They're very good.
They're they like, and they're like buttoned down with like a billion buttons, probably not a billion, but because they're so big.
Yeah.
I like Usagi's cardigan that she's wearing.
Sure.
That seems to be sheer.
I like Ami's outfit.
I feel like we've seen Ami's outfit before. Am I wrong?
That is a classic
I feel like it's
Ami.
one we've seen before, but I do like it. It's a classic Amy outfit that I appreciate.
I like Mina's outfit. It's more traditional than I'm used to seeing Mina in. It looks almost a little formal, not formal, but a little formal. But I think it suits her. It looks good on her.
I do not like Mina's dress.
Really?
No, I don't like that color.
Yeah.
Because it's a green dress, like long sleeved, with a weird like squared off like sailor collar. I don't care for it. Rey's outfit looks like she's about to guest star on an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I wonder what her planet needs from the Enterprise.
Or something from the 60s, 100%. She's wearing a moon pendant, which I'm like,
Step off. That's Usagi's thing.
Yeah, Makoto is the winner here.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. I'll get.
Oh, I forgot this is the Ami outfit that has the choker. Look at the nice little 90s accessory.
What's on the choker?
It's just a little like
Just nothing.
a bauble.
Okay. All right.
So they split up, and Hawkeye shows up.
Right.
And without looking, do not
Okay.
look, do not count it. How many seconds does he spend trying to seduce Usagi before he just does the 1, 2, 3?
He just flat out says, "You're not my type." So
Zero.
1, 2, 3.
No. He doesn't say she's not his type. He says, "I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say I'm not your type," and then kind of just goes, "Well, then fuck it."
No. He says, you don't think you're my type.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, look, I know you think you don't have a chance with me. And then
But 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Yeah.
boom, immediately the thing drops. He's no longer in disguise. How many seconds? How long?
He did
Like zero.
like 3 seconds.
It is a grand total from his first line of spit and game to snapping his fingers to start the 1, 2, 3, 9 seconds. Why? Why even bother at that point? Just show up in costume. Just do the thing.
Yeah. I mean, it would have. Last time we saw him, he was in costume, so it took effort to dress up and then undress.
Yeah, for nothing. So Usagi gets 1, 2, 3.
Well, she'll be fine. Like she's the main character.
I wonder what the people who listen to this show without watching the episode think a 1, 2, 3 is.
We've talked about what it is.
Have we described it? I don't think we have, because I would not want to.
I'm positive we have, but it is still possible that when we talk about sticking your heads into people's beautiful dreams, they're imagining the wrong thing.
Yeah, so her dream mirror comes out, and then Hawkeye is about to stick his head in her dream mirror, and then Fisheye shows up and goes, hey, she's the wrong one. And then Tiger's Eye shows up and starts pro wrestling Fisheye.
Yep.
Got him locked in the full Nelson, going for that submission finish.
So, but now Fisheye is subdued. They're definitely going to look in her dream.
Yeah. But then a shadow moves across the ground,
What?
and this cute little kitty cat clown guy shows up.
What's his name, Chris?
That's Mr. Magic Pierrot. Or Pierrot, I guess is the
Mr.
French
Magic
pronunciation.
Pierrot.
I do like that to push Hawkeye out of the way, he just like cartwheels in and then like pushes him away with his giant butt.
Butt bump.
Yeah, he's really funny. He's just a funny, fun guy. Like what a goofy villain for this episode.
A cat clown.
Yeah, little kitty cat clown.
He's got big cartoon gloves.
yeah, he's just a friendly guy. He sticks his head in the dream mirror and sees that Pegasus isn't in there, and then he starts slowly rotating in midair. And that's where things start to get weird and terrifying. This is the legit scariest monster we've had since episode 1.
So
Yeah.
don't ever see it, I guess, Chris.
Yeah, not my thing. Because Pierrot takes off his hat.
I feel like they were trying to make him cute to keep you off guard. So when he starts to pull out murder tools, you're surprised.
Yeah. So he pulls off his hat. He shoots out like the playing card symbol, the spade, and shoots it, and it loops back around and just shatters Usagi's dream mirror, which appears to kill her.
Giving her nothing but shattered dreams.
Okay, so this is a thing. This is to go back to Jordan's are they dreams or ambitions or whatever. Do you think maybe they're souls?
I think everything is a soul. I think a pure heart is a soul.
Because in a lot of religion, animals don't have souls, and so that would be the explanation for why Fish's Eye, Hawk's Eye, and Tiger's Eye don't have quote unquote beautiful dreams, is because they don't have souls.
Yeah, I remember when Jehovah's Witnesses came to our apartment many, many years ago and talked to my wife about it and told her that our cats didn't have souls and they wouldn't go to the afterlife and they existed only for our amusement. And she was like, all right, you have to leave now.
This is a very interesting theological debate, but I think you might be glossing over the fact that Sailor Moon is fucking dead.
Oh, yeah.
No, because she doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, her soul has been destroyed, and she falls to the ground, eyes open, no
That is
pupils.
why I brought it up.
She's not dead. She's like a hollow husk of a person, like you accused me of being.
Yeah, but like you can still move around and talk.
That's
She's
true.
fucking dead. She is face down on the cement. And then Pierrot shoots out another one and blows a fucking hole in Hawkeye's chest.
Yeah.
But Hawkeye pushes Fish out of the way to say he does it to save Fish's Eye.
Yeah, the title of this episode in the Always Sunny version is like the gang learns self-sacrifice.
It's the gang gets fucking murdered.
That's what it's really
The
called.
gang
what it
gets
is.
murdered.
Because this is Sailor Moon. We all know. We've seen Mamoru get impaled like 5 times at this point. It happens all the time. Hawkeye gets a fucking bloody hole blown in his chest and then stands there shaking and staring at it. And then we get long reaction shots of Tiger's Eye and Fish Eye silently screaming.
Yeah, it's pretty effed.
Yeah, it's wild. So then Hawkeye, still alive, pulls out his fire breathing trick, much like Xena, the warrior princess, does. But Hero just casually takes his head off, absorbs all that fire. Oh, you can't hurt him or stop him at all.
And now here's the part I like, where he dies. But no, it's the part before he dies. They talk to him about the fact that he just sacrificed himself, that he just took not a bullet, but took a bullet for Fisheye. And he basically says, yeah, I learned that we are too pathetic to keep going as we are. So it's better if I die to maybe allow you guys to live. And I was like, that's some self-awareness at the last minute.
Yeah, I think them getting told like shit's getting real made them reassess their whole situation.
I wish that we would have had a scene in the bar where they were just like, hey, are we like just total garbage dumps?
Yep.
It wouldn't be Always Sunny if they did that.
So then Hawkeye dies, and then we get a super tight close-up of half of this cat clown's face laughing. This episode's fucking terrifying. Jordan, you must love it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Still
So
in
then
its best.
Fisheye tries to kill him with knives.
Well,
Doesn't work.
because they all have circus tricks. So it's like Hawk's Eye was the fire breather, and Fish's Eye, he's the knife thrower, and Tiger's Eye is supposed to be like the lion tamer, which is why Tiger's Eye has like the whip.
Mm-hmm.
The-
And none of it works.
The knives turn into butterflies. The whip turns into a snake that almost bites him.
Oh, the whip turns into a snake after Pierrot looks at it and his eyes turn demon red.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Please.
Has anyone pointed out to you that Tiger's Eye's earrings are razor blades?
Absolutely. We mentioned that pretty early on. It's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy.
He's just hanging out with razor blades on his ears.
He's a dangerous tiger, man.
We get another quick shot of Sailor Moon's corpse.
So then Fisheye comes up with a plan.
Because Hawkeye gave him the weird protozoa orb that can grant a wish that we've never seen before.
Well, one time. We saw it last episode, but yeah. So the plan is he turns to Tiger's Eye and goes, listen, our only chance of being human, I get it. Our only chance of being human is this, that we get the fucking gold crystal or whatever the fuck it's called out of that horse's head, and we put it in here, and we get to be human forever. But right now, we're getting our fucking asses kicked, and I, for one, would rather wipe that fucking smirk off that clown's face even than be human. Like, let me do this. Let's fucking kill that piece of shit.
It's weird that you remembered all of that dialogue exactly as it is said on the show.
And Tiger's Eye says, fuck yeah.
So then Fisheye opens up a portal to the fucking pocket dimension, and out pops a crystal. I can't believe you didn't think this was the weirdest episode of the show. Fisheye opens up a portal to the pocket dimension, and out comes a crystal with Chibiusa in it. This is the first we've seen of that. The crystal goes away.
Chibiusa is woken up to see Usagi's dead body. It's like you couldn't have brought Usagi back to life before bringing out the tiny child and traumatizing them.
Nope.
Yeah. So they use their wish to pull a time reverse on Usagi and put her soul back in her and give her her eyes back.
Here's
because, you know, she had dead eyes like a doll's eyes. That's what you want to see, right, kids? Your good friend and hero Sailor Moon with dead doll's eyes.
Like somebody who had their heart pulled out, their pure heart pulled out.
Yeah, the show does recycle its ideas.
But I will tell you, part of me did, even though I don't want Sailor Moon to be dead, part of me was kind of like that it should have been like, oh, you believed that wish thing? Like, that was some bullshit that she was telling you. There's no fucking wish in a blobby egg. What are you talking about? But no.
So in this episode, the role of Tuxedo Mask will be played by Fisheye, who says, quickly, transform into Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Oh? And they do.
And I love right after they transform, the cut to like demon-eyed cat clown guy. Like, they could not make him look more sinister.
I will do away with all of you unneeded ones.
Yeah, and his like face is in shadow while he's flipping out.
Fortunately, all the other Sailor Senshi show up, and this is kind of bullshit because Mars does Fire Soul, and we've previously seen him absorb fire.
Clearly, no Mars's Fire Soul is a better trick than Hawkeye's fire breathing.
And this is the one
where
they don't animate Fire Soul, right? They just kind of paint a nice Fire Soul picture and go, yeah, you get it.
So we get a quick Moon Gorgeous meditation, and then we say goodbye, stage out to the most successful monster, the one that killed Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
I mean, she's died before.
I mean, actually, Beryl is the most successful because she killed all the Sailor Senshi.
Twice.
But, yes,
she got him twice.
So he gets second place in most successful villain.
And then Usagi's like, hey, Fisheye, why'd you save me? And Fisheye goes, you're full of dreams. This episode is so weird.
I also like Mina still does not recognize Tiger's Eye or Hawk's Eye.
No.
Yeah. Then Fish's eye is enveloped in water, Tiger's Eye in fire, and Hawk's Eye in feathers, and they just turn back into animals. Dead animals. There's now a dead tiger in Maxfield Stanton Memorial Park.
Right. And I so badly wanted that to be where that ended, just so there could exist like a newspaper article where they're like, there was some sort of fucking satanic ritual in the park. We don't know what went down, but there were these fucking dead hawk, a dead lion, a dead tiger, I mean, and a dead like fighting fish or whatever the fuck that is. It's like an enormous. What are those fighting fish called?
It's a weird looking fish.
Well, it doesn't look like a fighting fish. It looks like a lionfish, but it's the wrong colors, kind of.
So this conversation's been going on. Pegasus just been hanging out.
Yep, just watching.
Pegasus is like, check it. And then Pegasus resurrects the dead and gives them souls.
Dreams.
Listen, they did say that Pegasus had the power to make them human, and I guess Madame Zirconia wasn't lying about that.
Yeah, and then they turn into little balls of light, and then they go into the mirrors.
And they live in the dreaming with Matthew, or with Daniel, I mean.
So this was like the one part of when I watched it as a kid I had a problem with, because it was like, so they got reincarnated as people, but now they're orb things in Dreamland. Why don't they get to have like goofy civilian lives like
The sisters.
Katsi, Berta, the Spectre
Yeah, they have to
sisters.
be fireflies in the weird dream swamp that he hangs
Yeah.
out in. Because they suck. I mean, I guess they have to have some penance, right? Like they were still terrible people.
Yeah. They were animals. They didn't. Okay, so this brings me up to part of the reason why I picked this episode is because one of my favorite fan theories is about the Amazon trio,
Okay, let's hear it.
which is we always only see them in a bar,
Okay.
and then we find out that they're animals that have been magicked into human form.
Okay.
But all their like schemes to seduce people are very like meet cute, like I saw this in a romantic comedy and surely this will work. So the thought process is maybe they just learned how to interact with people from really old TV and movies.
So it's like the female Quixote, or I guess regular Don Quixote as well.
So it's just like, oh, this meet cute, that's how you get people to like you, and then surely it will work. And then they get upset when it doesn't, because in movies, that shit always works.
Yeah. I believe it.
So I like that explanation for like, that's why they have all this problematic behavior, because of TV.
I'll buy it.
There is a cut to the Sailor Scouts watching the animals that were just resurrected from the dead as people and then turned into orbs and then going into mirrors. There's a reaction shot and they all are just full on, hey, what the hell is happening? Like,
Yeah.
especially Jupiter.
I appreciate them being like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, Makoto is like, if you look at it, like you could maybe like Ami and Rei as like, wow, what a moment. But Usagi and especially Makoto are just like, what the fuck is happening? I would also like to know what the fuck is happening.
No.
Souls that possess dreams will surely find salvation. Is Pegasus Jesus? Because, listen, I've been doing a podcast about the Bible lately, and we just did all the Gospels, and Pegasus is doing a lot of Jesus stuff.
He's the Dream Lord. We already talked.
Listen, you guys told me no spoilers.
You gotta tell me if Pegasus is Jesus.
He is not Jesus.
Okay.
I'm telling you, he's the Lord of Dreams. He is Morpheus. You were right.
Yeah. Oh, then the mirrors explode, by the way.
You mean the thing that
So-
killed Sailor Moon?
Yeah, well, but they explode into glitter.
Oh, Nephrite style.
Yeah. And then the Aurora Borealis happens. At this time of year, at this latitude.
It's pretty mental. The whole thing is pretty mental.
Yeah. And then we just cut back to the Dead Moon Circus, and Madame Zirconia's like, your turn now, Amazonas Quartet.
And then they creepily giggle in silhouette.
Yeah, and that's when we see, yes, the three balls of light that used to be people that used to be animals, that used to be people that used to be animals, are just floating around the dream swamp.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
This is the weirdest fucking episode of Sailor Moon of all time.
Now, here's the most important question.
Yes?
Do you believe that they have redeemed themselves at all?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, they're terrible.
I mean, because they had a
No.
happy ending.
No, as we've established, they're doing some time in that dark forest in the dream world.
Yeah, like in the I believe in the book of Matthew, it is written about the outer darkness. Jordan, you should take a look at it sometime.
Oh gosh, okay.
Like if you told me, hey, you're going to turn into a Christmas tree ornament and then go live in a dark swamp with a talking horse, I'd be like, that's not my conception of hell, but it feels like somebody's conception of hell. I will
Maybe limbo.
live purgatory at best.
Yeah.
They are removed from the sight of God, or Sailor Moon in this case, who is the God Queen of the universe.
I mean, they're living inside of Chibi's dreams.
No, Pegasus can go in anyone's dream.
So whose dream is it?
Is the swamp a dream?
Yes.
It's a dreamland.
And is this is the swamp from
No,
the
but
opening,
hang on. See, this is this is
Yeah.
exactly it.
where the scouts are naked.
You just
for a
said
minute.
dreamland, which again, if we're talking about the realm of our nightly dreams that we dream, I get what you're talking about. But what is aspiration land? What is that, and why does it look like a swamp?
You said no spoilers.
Oh, okay, all right. We'll get there, I guess.
What have we learned? It's time for us to talk about what we learned. It's time for Sailor Business Says. Kel, we will start with you. What did you learn from this television show?
I learned some good negotiation skills from Fish's Eye. Being like, we have that thing you want, but you have to give us our thing that we want if you want it.
Jordan?
Oh, geez Louise. I learned that if you, at least I think I learned, that if you can insert yourself into someone's aspirations, they have no choice but to love you.
That's so gross.
How about you, Chris?
That was a rough one, buddy.
He's incepting her, I told you.
I learned that I'm struggling, guys.
To learn something?
Folks. No, I'm struggling with the concept of this show.
Oh my.
Like over the past 22 episodes, I have really had to confront the question. I have said it on the show before, is Sailor Moon bad? Now it has become clear, I just no longer understand Sailor Moon. It has moved beyond my ability to comprehend.
Oh my. Poor Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I'm final thoughts on this episode. I'm pinning it #1 weirdest episode of all time. What could come close?
I mean, there's one where they meet a dinosaur.
I feel like Saturn suddenly being a baby and then being like, here, Uranus and Neptune, take this baby.
That is pretty
That's
weird.
pretty weird.
That is pretty weird. But that's like, that happens at the end of an episode. That's like the last 5 minutes of an episode. This thing is from Jump Street bonkers.
Before that, Saturn is like possessed, but then depossessed, but then possessed by a different thing, and then goes into another dimension, destroys that other dimension, somehow comes back as a baby, and then is given to Uranus and Neptune.
One time, a fish that was turned into a dude pretended to be a fairy girl, and an artist was just like, obviously, you're really a fairy.
That's just a show about a guy who also has problems comprehending things. Yeah, I think, okay.
All right, what else
This
we got?
one, and Kel, I think you're making a strong case for the S finale as a strong #2.
Yeah.
There was one time when a DJ did a show at a planetarium.
That's just a cool night. I don't know what weird about that. Kel, do you have any final thoughts on this episode?
Animals don't have souls.
Wow.
Harsh, coming down
Harsh.
hard.
That's what
Yeah.
Sailor Moon is teaching us.
Yeah, this, if you had told me half a year ago, if you had been like, hey, Supers is going to be rough. You're going to have a real hard time. You're not going to like the Amazon Trio. Their last episode is the weirdest thing that has ever happened on the show. I would have had a much easier time getting through this. I do not want spoilers, but I feel like I would have at least had it to look forward to in one sense.
Well, Chris, next season's weirder.
What am I going to do if this show gets any weirder?
Next season is definitely weirder.
And I will say this, Sailor Moon's not bad. Supers is bad. Supers is pretty bad. But I still like Sailor Moon.
Good.
Kel, before we get out of here, can you tell everybody where to find you online?
So I have comics that you can read at kelmcdonald.com. I'm on Twitter as Kelhound, which is spelled like Hellhound but with a K. Then I'm on Patreon as Kel McDonald. You can get my Magical Girl comic, Misfits of Avalon, at any comic shop or bookstore. It's published by Dark Horse Comics. Yeah, that about covers it.
Yay.